You're listening to Tavern Sports Radio Network.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Welcome to the 44th episode of Show Me the Money, brought to you by Tavern Sports. What's up, boys?
How's it going, guys?
What's up, brothers? Just
What's
another
up,
day,
brothers?
another sketch day. Just kidding, chill on that. Let's get into this one, guys. We are a slim cast this week, and sports are slim. Thank God the Texans started playing football at training camp this week. So 7 weeks out from NFL football.
No, we are 7 days from NFL football, Tyler.
Real NFL football, 7 weeks from real NFL football. Preseason
Bears
though,
report tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be excited to see all the stuff that comes out on social media. But otherwise, really light week of sports here. So let's get into it. Lock standings, Josh finding his way again at 4-2-1. Clark's still leading the pack, though, at 4-2. I'm technically...
I would say John's ahead of you.
I'd say John's ahead of me. John is... Or no, he's only been here 2 weeks. That is a miscount. I fixed his earlier. John is 2-0. I am 3-3. Still ahead of him now.
Okay, we'll let you be ahead.
John's not here, but he did give another lock this week, so there's a chance. So I'm at 3-3. John 2-0. Parker at 1-1 with his absence, and Cole 1-3. I think Cole's not even giving us a lock this week.
Yeah,
boys.
Sounds like he might be retiring from locks.
Till football season. He'll come back for football season.
He will be back.
He's riding the struggle bus. So fade Cole season is in full effect. MLB news, not a whole lot going on. Tonight's first day back from the All-Star break. The AL wins in the All-Star game for they didn't win last year, but they won the 9 years before that. So AL's doing AL things. And I believe it was
the national anthem.
Well, hey, all I'm saying is Cody Johnson, the night of the actual All-Star game, he sounded a little scared. He didn't want to end up in rehab as well.
Right.
So that was a debacle. Worst national anthem we've seen in a very long time. Fergie's probably happy to have that one out there. So it's not just her anymore. But not a whole lot of MLB news. Shout out to the AL for winning the All-Star game. Shohei Ohtani hit a 3-run blast to start it off. Cost me a parlay. The under has always been live in those All-Star games. And it was 7.5 where I got it, and the game ended at 8. So that was fun. PGA news right now, though, guys. Actually, this won't be out in time for you guys to go ahead and bet on round 2 of the Open Championship. It is the 152nd playing of the British Open. Scotty Scheffler is your current betting favorite at plus 360. That might have changed since I typed that in there. If somebody wants to fact check
400.
that. Okay, so is he still the favorite, though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shane Lowry second plus 500, then Xander at 550.
Gotcha. So Scheffler is 4 strokes back and still the favorite. So that's interesting. The leaderboard, though, is Shane Lowry at plus 500. He is -5 on the scorecard. Daniel Brown -4.
Plus 3,000 to win it all.
Justin Thomas -3. He came out hot.
Plus 1,400, and he was leader in the clubhouse for a long time today.
Yes, he was. And then Xander at -2, who Josh said is the third favorite.
550.
And then joining Scotty at -1 is Brooks. And then a whole bunch of guys at even par.
Brooks is 1,600. Worth noting, Rory and Ludwig both look like absolute dog crap today. I think they're +5 and +6 respectively. Pretty bad showing from those guys, especially two guys that as of late have not been able to finish. So definitely full effect on fade both of them. Scotty at plus 400 is interesting. We like to say that Scotty tends to start slowly. I didn't see a single shot of his round today, so I don't know how he looked. Plus 400 doesn't feel great.
He opened the tournament at plus 450. So he did get line movement down even after not really moving a whole lot. I don't know.
I think it's real. I think the books have just learned to pre-price him like he's going to have a bad first round.
Yeah, don't let him jump up to plus 1,000 and get hammered on him, and then everybody cash it out for a profit on Sunday morning.
Right.
Notable big names though in this one, which the cut line, if it was today, would be +3. So people sitting out of the cut after round one, which there'll be tons of movement. Josh, like you said, Oberg +4, Hovland's +4, Hideki's +4. Tommy Fleetwood +5. DeChambeau worked his way back to +5. He had a absolute rough night. Double bogeying on hole 6. Still haven't seen Rory deep down on this list yet. Batia +5, Tagala +6, Rory at +7.
Yikes.
Ricky at +8, Tiger at +8. Just not a great day overall for the boys out there in Scotland. It was windy. It was rainy. Josh, you mentioned it. You didn't see a single shot. The majority of the
field, I watched some of it. Just I didn't see a single shot of Scotty's. Do you see who had the worst day out there though?
Yes, that would be
Roman Langask.
Yeah, Roman Langask with draws in the middle of the tournament on hole 8 to be exact.
Hole 8, the fairway of hole 8. It's a par 3, by the way. You shouldn't be in the fairway.
Fairway is a very bold statement. He absolutely torches one into the tall grass off the drive, and then on his second shot, ends up in some more tall grass. And you know what? He looks at the rules official and says, "Back's feeling a little tight. I'm getting the fuck out of here."
Takes that hat off, shakes his hand, says, "I'm going back to fucking France, baby."
Yeah.
Listen, I'd be lying if I said I never walked off the course at hole 8 before, because I've done it. I lost about 2 sleeves, 3 sleeves of balls before then, but I did it.
Yeah. Just an absolute wild move, especially to see in a major. But like, it wasn't going to end up well for him. So I don't know
what his score was prior to that. Is kind of the other thing. I'm kind of curious as to what that was.
He went bogey on 1, birdie on 2, so he was even through 3, and then he was only 4 over on hole 4 or on hole 8. He was only 4 over through 8 and withdrew. Roman was +4 on hole 8. So
yeah, that's not awful. I mean, you probably gonna triple that. Maybe if he can scramble for a double. Like you're +6, +7. Yeah, you're not great, but you're only halfway through the round, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean, it was just one of those days out there for the guys, I guess. I don't really know what to say, but I personally have no idea with this tournament, with the weather, and with not being able to watch the majority of the field tee off.
Yeah, like first tee times are like 1:40 a.m. or some shit like that.
Yeah, 1:08 a.m. Well, is what I'm seeing. So
it's crazy.
Not being able to see a lot of these guys. Granted, they did hold a lot of the big names for the better tee times. But even so, it's like I feel like the only guys who did, quote, well, teed off super early yesterday, and that's not even entirely true. I have no idea what the weather's like in Scotland. I don't know how to Google
it. It's rainy. It's cold.
Yeah. So I don't really know. Maybe wait till the weekend when they make a cut and these guys are actually teeing off at a time I can watch.
No, they're still going to tee off at like 3 a.m. Even after the cut.
Hopefully they put the bottom of the field will. The leaders will tee off at least at 7 a.m. where I can watch them. So I have no idea. I don't really have a play for this week due to that. Do you have anything?
I mean, just to give out some top five, top tens. I mean, because we can't really give out three balls. Um, Scotty top five is minus 160. That doesn't feel great. I mean, it's probably pretty good, but if he has a bad day tomorrow, that could look really bad by the end of the day tomorrow. Um, I mean, like the guys we typically look at, like Fleetwood and Oberg's our guy, Rory, like they put together horrible first rounds. Maybe if you really believe in them, you go down and snag them at whatever number you can get them at right now. Like Ludwig, I mean, he's still only plus 160 for top 20, and I guess these are still willing to give you ties, which is crazy to me with the tournament having already started.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, the numbers I'm looking at that I like are Tony Finau top 20 at minus 140, Sepp Straka top 20 at minus 135.
Tyler, do
Those
you have like Hovlands, DeChambeaus, Pavones, Obers? Like, do you have like their actual like place, like standing right
um
now?
yeah, so
Maybe a Cam Young.
Brooksy's T11,
Oh, so fuck, these guys aren't that bad off then.
Pavone, well, Brooksy's minus one
Oh,
on the
okay.
scorecard. Pavone is plus one, and he's at T31. Morikawa's at T42 at plus two on the scorecard. Um, Hovland's T82nd at plus four. Um,
So what? Plus four to plus two. I mean, you pick up two strokes there and you jump 40 spots.
if you were to go from plus four to even, you're in the top 20. So, with how it stands today. So, there's still plenty of room to move and make a top 20 because it goes from T18 to T31 to T42. So, there's a lot of log jams.
Yeah, and I mean that's to be expected after the first round of a tournament. There obviously tomorrow's separation day. Um, yeah, I mean I don't feel super strongly. I'll probably come back here for a lock. I don't know what it's going to be as of right now, but gotta find a lock somewhere. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's put that dead horse to bed and let's get into UFC. Like we said, John's not here, but John has been exceptionally hot on UFC betting as of late. He said that his two favorite picks this week are Miranda Maverick. By the way, this is UFC 96 or 94 in the Apex Center in Las Vegas. Not a crazy star-studded card. It was supposed to have some better fights on it, but they backed out. And honestly, if you're not feeling confident on betting UFC this week, wait until next weekend. It's UFC 304. There'll be some people you know. But John really likes Miranda Maverick, double chance for submission or by decision. Her opponent is on short notice, so the gas tank could be an issue there. Maverick is also, she shoots a lot, so she's going to have a lot more volume that Barboza, her opponent, is going to have to wear through. And I just don't think Barboza is going to be able to hang in that one with her. John, that's not John's notes. Those are my notes over it. And then in the main event fight for the night, he prefers the underdog, actually, Amanda Lemos, money line. And his reasoning for that is that her last opponents are better than the opponent she's facing tonight. Lemos beat her opponent's last loss. So both fighters are over the age of 35, so he doesn't think there will be a clear physical advantage. And he actually thinks that Lemos should be the favorite here. So that is John's picks for the week. I deep dived this a little one for a shitty card. In the first fight of the night, Thomas Peterson is going up against Muhammad Usman, which is Kamar Usman's brother. Thomas Peterson is plus 108. He, in my opinion, is a better wrestler and grappler, has a better gas tank, but gas tank is a bold word to use in this situation. These guys are kind of a bunch of fatties. Usman is not the best striker. Peterson has a better age. He's younger, has a bigger reach, and is about 20 pounds heavier. So I think this one's going to turn into who runs out of gas first here. I'm also with John on Maverick in this one. And that's a prelim fight as well for everybody. Miranda Maverick. I'm in on that with John. I've given you my opinion on that. Moving forward just a little bit on this card, I like Cody Gibson. He's minus 210. Reach advantage, good takedown defense, and his opponent has been finished in 3 straight. Going over to the main card here, I like Bill Algio at minus 170. Just because he has better grappling and wrestling, not going to be the most confident pick on that one. However, in the next one, I do like a little bit of a dog here. Bruno Silva against Cody Drunden. Silva is coming off 3 straight W's, all by finish. He's really good at stopping takedowns. And his opponent, Cody, is a really good wrestler. However, he almost wrestles a little too much and oftentimes gets caught on his back. He's been caught in triangles and rear naked chokes, and he has his last 3 losses by submission. So even if he wants to wrestle with Bruno Silva and Bruno Silva has better hands, it might not end up well for him. Going to the next fight of the night, I'm taking Krzyzewski over Halaba. He's bigger, faster, and younger. He's got better grappler and better submissions. Keeping that one short and sweet. Maybe my favorite fight of the night to bet on is Steve Garcia. He's at minus 158. His opponents are 1-2 in his last 3. Garcia is going to pressure it's Sungwoo Choi. He's going to pressure him, and Choi has lost to better strikers when getting pressured. So I really like Garcia in that one. And then I don't really have anything for the co-main event. It's Piss, and John has Lemos for the main event. So here's what I'm going for. What I really like here, I'm going to do a 2-leg parlay on Steve Garcia and Miranda Maverick money line. That's plus 138. 2 little underdog plays I like are Emil and Silva. That's going to be a plus 409 parlay. And then if you're looking for props in that first fight I talked about, Peterson versus Usman, it's going to be a gas tank battle. Peterson's plus 600 to win by KO, and I feel like if anything, it's just going to be one of those exhaustion, he's on the ground and not putting his hands up kind of fights. And then I like Gibson inside the distance. Everybody listen up. Full on attention. Plus 3,000 bomb coming in right now. 2-legger plus 3,000 bomb. Do not bet ridiculous on this. Quarter unit, half unit. We're going Bruno Silva by submission. And for the reasons I said, he's a better striker, better wrestler than his opponent, Sungwoo Choi. And then I'm also taking Krzyzewski over Halaba submission. So 2 subs plus 33.22, quarter unit, half unit. Do not full unit this play, but there's a chance, and I kind of like it. We'll check in on that next week. But we beat the shit out of a dead horse in UFC for this week. Next week will be much better.
This episode of Show Me the Money is brought to you by Tavern Sports, your place to get fun sports content, sportsbook lines and parlays, and of course food reviews with Big E's Ballpark Bites. You can follow Tavern Sports on Instagram at Tavern Sports 2023, TikTok at Tavern.Sports, and Twitter at Tavern Sports 23.
All right, guys, we're going to roll into our NFL talk. We did the AFC South last week. We're going to do the NFC South this week, but we're going to start with a little bit of season awards. Otherwise, we're going to hand you guys like a 20-minute episode, and we don't want to do that. So we'll start with everyone's favorite, the best quarterback in the league, aka the MVP. Mahomes, your favorite, plus 500. I think Josh Allen's kind of a surprise at plus 800 as second favorite. CJ Stroud coming off a phenomenal rookie year at plus 1,000. Notable name, Lamar Jackson, the two-time, the reigning, plus 1,500. Brock Purdy plus 1,600. Dak, who a lot of people think should have won it last year, plus 2,000. Out of the guys I named, is there anybody else you guys would like to know the odds for?
Not really.
No, I think. What's Tua at?
Plus 3,000. He's 2 spots behind Rodgers, 5 spots behind Dak.
I mean, if they have one of those,
CMC, your first non-quarterback, is plus 5,000.
I low-key like CMC.
it's not going to go to a.
It's not going to happen though.
It'll never go to a
But-
non-quarterback.
Well, it did go to Lamar twice. It went to Lamar twice.
Okay.
And AP got it.
Yeah, back in like 08, dude. Chill.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes is always just a safe one to have out there. At plus 500, especially, they go on another dynasty. Like if they win another Super Bowl and three-peat, he's getting it regardless. Just because it'll be the first three-peat ever.
Well,
So,
it gets decided before the Super Bowl, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if he gets them there. I think Allen's not really worth it. He's lost his best target, and the
I
defense
agree.
kind of got decimated. And if you're on a bad team, you're not winning MVP. I'm not saying the Bills are gonna be bad, but there's a chance.
I don't know if I mentioned him. I like Burrow at plus 1,000. Coming off the injury, but he tore his ACL his rookie year, then lit the world on fire his second year.
Yeah.
So coming back off an injury, maybe look at Joe. All the weapons are there. Minus Mixon, I suppose. I don't really know what they did with the O-line. I mean, that's always been the issue there in Cincinnati.
The one guy I kind of like if the Lions are still a solid squad, Jared Goff.
Plus 2,500.
I kind of like Jared Goff. He's a good quarterback still, so.
I don't hate Jared Goff. One I do hate is Justin Herbert at plus 2,000. Like outside of his rookie year, he just hasn't shown that he's good. And even his rookie year, I don't think he was great.
Well, his receiving core got decimated, and he got a coach that loves to run the football.
Run the ball.
And they got rid of Eckler too. Who the fuck do they have at running back now? Oh, they got
the Baltimore guy.
J.K. Dobbins or Gus Edwards?
Both. Yes.
Gus. Yes.
No, they got both.
Both.
No shit, they took them both.
Yeah. They got the whole backfield.
They said Derrick Henry's in town. Get the fuck out.
What do you want to move to next for award wise?
Well,
Do you want to go?
Here, let's take some picks here, guys.
Okay.
Who's your three? Give me three.
Can
I'll
we
go
exclude
first.
Mahomes? Otherwise, we're all putting Mahomes in there.
Okay, pick 2 plus Mahomes.
Yeah, because I think having Mahomes in there is smart, but
Well, no, I'm saying like obviously we would all pick Mahomes. So
Okay,
let's just
I'll do
not.
3 that aren't Mahomes. Okay, I'm gonna stick Jared Goff.
I like
gonna
it.
go probably Lamar Jackson again. And let's go wild. Let's go Jordan Love.
Okay. I don't hate that. Are you writing this down?
I am.
Okay.
Please don't.
I mean, I mentioned Joe Burrow. I'll stick with that. I would go Lamar, but I don't think that a three-peat's going to happen, so I'll pass on Lamar. Plus, I think there's a lot of
Not
kickback.
3 in a row. Wouldn't be 3 in a row, but I get what you're saying.
He'd have his third.
There was a lot of kickback on that. As much as I hate to say it, throw Dak in there. People were really clamoring for Dak to get. I fucking hate it too. I hate it so much.
Not burning one of my 3 there, but I like it.
I hate it so much, bro. Well, and he's got the cowboy factor, and for my third, give me Big Cock Brock.
All right, I like it.
I didn't want to be the guy to do it.
Yeah, I knew you did it, so I did it for you.
Well, I'm actually following suit with Brock. Give me Purdy on my list. I think you know what? I'll fucking do it. Give me Stroud. Nobody else has. Give me Stroud.
I wanted to.
I like the pick. I'm just scared of the sophomore slump.
Yeah, that's fair, but added targets for him. So, I like that pick actually.
Yeah, that offense is gonna be really fucking good this year.
Yeah.
And you know what, boys? I'm gonna take the super stretch of the year here.
Is
Give
it
me Kirk O'Chains.
I was
not
thinking
who I
about
thought?
Kirk O'Chains,
Not who
bro.
I thought you were gonna say. I
Plus-
thought you were gonna say Aaron Rodgers.
Plus 3,000.
Same
on
odds
Kirk
as
O'Chains.
Tua, Trevor Lawrence. So
Who's your
Kirk O'Chains has good targets this year.
Okay.
Like,
Other than Kirk O'Chains, though, sleeper pick, probably like
Sleeper?
plus 5,000 or above. Who you guys thinking?
well, Josh is going to take Baker, or is going to take Caleb for sure, plus 5,000 on the money.
Caleb's plus 7,500.
Ooh,
But no, you did mention who I'm actually going to take.
Baker?
Give me Baker, dude. If Baker
Really?
returns to 2018 form,
Okay,
fuck it, dude.
sleeper.
I mean,
Sleeper pick. Give me Kyler Murray.
I
baby.
knew,
Oh,
I
you're-
knew that's why he said it at 5,000, dude. I fucking knew it.
All right, if that's what we're going with, super long shot here, go ahead and give me CMC at the plus 5,000.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it.
like
I love
that.
it.
So
Realistically, though, JJ at plus 10,000 might not be awful. Justin Jefferson, sorry, not JJ McCarthy.
I was
I was going to say, I was like,
Yeah,
chill,
no.
bro.
Jetta's at plus 10,000. Like, if that
Chill,
team's good,
bro.
it's only going to be because of him. So,
You know, if I'm going to say it, I'm going to critique y'all's list. Go ahead and critique mine all you want. Clark, I would not have thrown Lamar on there. I like Jordan Love more than Lamar. And Josh, the Dak pick.
I hate the Dak pick, bro. I hate the Dak pick so much. Don't get me fucking on. No. We'll go to
yeah.
rookie of the year just to move
I
on.
like it.
Obviously Caleb's your favorite at plus 140. Jaden Daniels plus 650. Marvin Harrison Jr. plus 750.
I love those odds.
Neighbors 1,500. Bo Nix 1,700. JJ McCarthy 1,700 as well. I think a lot of people think he's not going to start the season. Drake May kind of in the same boat, plus 2,000. I'll tell you who my favorite is outside of Caleb. My favorite's kind of Jonathan Brooks at plus 5,000.
Really? That's not what I was expecting at all. But I guess if the Panthers go super run heavy, but he's still got to fight with Chuba for carries. So
I don't think that's a competition, to be completely honest with you.
I like Marvin Harrison, to be honest. Plus 750 is really good odds in my opinion.
Well, and he has no target competition in Arizona either.
Yeah.
Like
he's gonna
obviously this is another award that's
1,000-yard
dominated by quarterbacks, but more often it's more likely to not go to a quarterback than MVP. So
yeah, I would say MHJ if it's not Caleb, but I think if it's not Caleb, it's because the Bears win 3 games or he tears his ACL or some shit. Like
none of us mentioned Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs at plus 2,000. I mean, the guy,
I think he'll have a good year.
I think he'll have a good year. The receiving core is not super impressive, so he could be involved a lot. I mean, if he put up 10 touchdowns, look out. Keon Coleman in Buffalo as well. Not a lot.
Josh, who's your official pick outside of Caleb?
Official pick outside of Caleb. I think I'll go Zave. I'll go Xavier Worthy.
Okay. Gotcha. I don't hate it. Especially
I don't like it.
World on Fire. If he likes the World on Fire, there's a chance. Do you guys want to do Depoy?
Yeah,
I'd be down for Depoy.
All right, who you guys got at Depoy?
So Parsons plus 500, Garrett plus 600, Watt plus 750, Nick Bosa 850, Crosby 1,000, Hutchinson 1,600. Chris Jones 2,500 is your next guy.
I like Aiden Hutchinson.
Dude, fuck you. I like Hutch at that number. 1,600 is insane.
That's a good number.
Call me a homer. I really don't give a fuck. Jalen Johnson plus 10,000. The stats are starting to come out now, proving that he was the best cornerback in the league last year and should have beat out Sauce Gardner for the All-Pro team. And I was saying it the whole time. The guy's easily top 5. You can easily argue top 3, and you could even argue the best cornerback in the league right now. So at plus 10,000, I love that sprinkle.
I hope you put money on it. I want to see that hit.
I might throw $1 on there, honestly.
My actual pick is going to be TJ because he's deserved it for so many years, and everybody's bitching that he hasn't gotten it.
He's just got to stay healthy, though.
he got fucked over it last year. So
He did.
I'm going to take TJ this year as my official decoy.
I like it.
You going with Hutch?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Hutch.
My official, give me Bosa. There's just so many good defensive linemen in San Francisco.
Yeah.
But my flyer is Jalen Johnson all day, every day.
What do you guys think here? You want to do
Comeback?
I think it's going to be, I honestly think it's going to be Rodgers or Burrow.
Yeah.
I
Agreed.
agree with
Rodgers.
Rodgers. I think Rodgers over Burrow. They're both plus 200.
Yeah, I would say so too, especially with what happened around Rodgers, especially if he goes and lights it up, especially at his age. I don't know. The media voters might hate him.
Do we want to do offensive poi since it's going to be a non-quarterback?
Sure. I'd also be down to do defensive rookie too.
Oh, did I skip that? Whoopsie.
That's underneath of it, but
Oh, it's not on here. I don't have it on mine.
it's the very
Sorry.
bottom one of season awards.
Oh, yeah. I'd be down.
They're hiding it down there. But yeah, let's do Opoi.
Yeah, so Tyreek Hill's your favorite plus 800, McCaffrey plus 900, CeeDee Lamb plus 1,000, Jamar, Justin Jefferson both plus 1,000. Bijan at plus 1,600 is in the 6th slot. Brees Hall plus 2,000, Amon-Ra St. Brown plus 2,000, Saquon plus 2,000. Honestly, Derrick Henry behind that Ravens offensive line at plus 4,500 is not awful, but at his age, I wouldn't go for it.
No, I'm going to definitely go CMC here.
I was thinking you were going to go Jay Jettis.
I don't think he's going to have anybody like Darnold and McCarthy. Don't give me the fizz of him throwing the ball. Proud fantasy owner of JJ, but
what do you think, Clark?
Might shop him.
I've been trying to buy him for 2 fucking years.
I think I'll go Brees Hall.
All right. I'll take Tyreek Hill. I'll take the freebie. I don't really want to talk coach of the year. I mean, that's just completely. So defensive rookie of the year, Dallas Turner, the Minnesota defensive end, outside linebacker, whatever you want to call him, is plus 430. There's great odds here. Leatu Latu in Indianapolis is plus 430. Jared Verse plus 1,000 in LA. Quinion Mitchell, don't know what position he plays.
He's
plus
a corner.
1,200. Oh, is he? Okay.
He's a dog.
Cooper's plus 2,800. I think this is one where you kind of just have to go with a D-line guy. And if a cornerback goes off, Austin Booker for the Bears plus 5,000.
I think it's going to go to Latu.
I agree.
I pick.
He's got Shaq Barrett or whatever the fuck that guy goes by now on that defensive line. Jared Verse has to fill the Aaron Donald size hole out there in LA. I don't like that.
I would have liked to see what he could have done with
right.
Where
did Christian Watkins end up? Does anybody remember where he signed?
Watkins.
He wasn't a rookie. He's just the defensive tackle out of Miami.
I'm changing it, guys. Cooper DeJean, 2,800 decoy.
I hate that.
Rookie.
I'll go to the same team though. I'll go Quinion Mitchell. I really like him going to Philly.
Fair enough.
Where did Byron Murphy end up?
Why do I feel like he's in
No idea.
Kansas City?
I don't know. I'll stick with Leatu Latu.
All right.
All right, cool. So that's that. I mean, like I said, we just wanted to give you guys something so it's not a 20-minute episode. It's kind of a light week this week. So let's get into the NFC South. Kind of a surprise to me, the Falcons minus 130 to win this division. Not super surprised that they're the favorite, but minus money favorite is kind of surprising to me.
Kirko chain effect.
Facts. The Bucks plus 310. I mean, they're basically returning everyone on offense. Lost a couple good guys on defense. I mean, it's worth mentioning. Saints plus 380, and then of course the Panthers, one of the bottom feeders of the league this year, plus 1,200.
Yeah. I like obviously we're going into it, but the Bucks are old. Like I like their defense, but they're getting up there in age. Baker can be good, but it if Evans and Godwin can't stay healthy at the same time, like Cade Otton is a good option at tight end. Their O line is decent to solid, but
the biggest issue with the Bucks for me is they won it last year, which means they have the pleasure of having the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Chiefs this year, who they would otherwise not be playing. Or sorry, they would be playing the Chiefs. They would not be playing the 49ers, though. So the Niners, the Ravens, and the Cowboys are the 3 extra game pickups here because of coming in first, which is rough.
Yeah. I don't think that they're going to be able to handle that very well. But let's break them down. So let's start with the Falcons. Week 1 at the Steelers, going to be the debut of Russ in a Steelers uniform, going to be the debut of Kirk O'Chains in a Falcons uniform. That is in Atlanta.
Are we sure about Kirk playing? Isn't he coming off an injury?
So. He ACL.
And he's gonna be healthy, but it is worth noticing that Penix is down there. So
maybe a little Penix Justin Fields action.
Shit, that'd be a matchup, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think the Falcons can win this one.
I do too. I don't think the Steelers are. I mean, it kind of is going to come down to the offensive line. We spoke about the Steelers' defensive line a little bit when we were talking individual awards, and I mean they've just been great for the last 3-4 years, and they're going to keep being great for the next few years still.
Yeah, I don't know. Clark, what's your opinion?
I think the Falcons take this game.
All right, I'm with you on that one. So next they go into Philly. I think this is a loss for the Falcons.
Hell.
I agree.
The Eagles, they slumped hard at the end of last year, but I think they're going to do right and win this game, especially at home. So go ahead and give me the Eagles here in this one.
Week 3, they play the Kansas City Chiefs in Atlanta. I don't think the Falcons can win that game. Give it the Chiefs.
Maybe if Mahomes has torn his ACL by then and Chris Jones is sick.
Yeah, no, the Chiefs.
Even then, they Chiefs put up a fight against the Lions still.
Yeah, gonna be a hard one there, 2-3. So starting off the season 1-2, not great. Then they get their first divisional matchup with the Saints at home here. I don't think Derek Carr and the boys get it done. I think the Falcons.
At home, I like the Falcons. I mean, Tyler, you and I have been in that building. It's an intimidating building.
I like the Falcons here, but I would like to see Spencer Rattler brought in. I want to see Spencer Rattler start for the Saints this year.
I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility with Derek Carr.
I think it could happen this year at some point.
Yeah, I think Spencer Rattler was a sneaky good draft pick for them, honestly. As much as I don't like Spencer Rattler, I think he's bad at football. I think that could be a very good pick for them in the future.
The real question is Kamara going to be healthy in week 4 for the Saints?
Probably not.
This is going to sound bad. Is Michael Thomas still playing for the Saints?
No, I
think so. They officially cut him.
I think they did.
I'm pretty sure they officially cut him. Even if they didn't, he doesn't play football.
He's not playing.
He hasn't played football in 2 years. So. Mr. Slants.
Yeah. Is Slanty Boy and Kamara going to be there is what I really need to know.
It doesn't matter, though.
I'd say Kamara matters.
Kamara definitely matters, but I haven't seen that man play in a while.
I just went up and down.
He is not there.
Well, they got Chris Olave, though. Put some respect on Chris Olave. And the Saints' defense has been good for a very long time.
They got, Tyrann Mathieu now, a couple of other guys.
Lattimore is still there as far as I know.
Yeah.
Their defense is no slouch, but I think Kirk is used to facing better defenses. So as long as his O-line can hold up, I think I love the Falcons' offense this year. I mean, I picked Kirk as a potential MVP. I love their offense. And everybody's been saying, we drafted all these receivers and Pitts and we're not using them. They have 2,000-yard backs in their backfield, like to go
Right.
alongside of them.
Well,
Dual
and they didn't
threat-
really even use Bijan much last year either.
Exactly. But we know what he can be. If Algier can get 1,000 yards his rookie season, Bijan can get
Dude,
there.
It's time to rev up the fucking Maserati engines and the Ferraris and all your pretty sports cars and fucking open the garage up. Because they've been stashing these nice, fancy, pretty cars for the last 2-3 years. It's time to let them run, dude.
Which even further makes me wonder, why the fuck did you draft Michael Penix? Like,
I mean, that the
Facts.
are the Falcons the new Lions?
there's something to be said there. I really like their offense. I like their weapons. I think they should be able to overwhelm the Saints in this one.
I agree.
If you keep Kirk upright, this team could go.
The only issue is Drake London's your number one receiver there. Like, Lattimore is going to take Drake London out of that game. So you have to figure it out from there.
Bijan out of the backfield, Kyle Pitts, like you got off
Pitts. I do not like Pitts.
We have never been able to see him though.
Let's move on. Week 5, home against the Bucks. I think they're gonna split with the Bucks.
Do you want
I would like to call this one the loss.
the home game a loss? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna go undefeated at home. Come on now.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, Tyler, any thoughts on a split with the Bucks?
I think they split with the Bucks. I don't know where the split comes, but I think they split with the Bucks just because everybody's got each other's number.
I also think they split with the Saints, for the record. I didn't say that then, but I think that one's on the road because the Mercedes-Benz Center is very hard to play in when you're playing against the Saints. So week 6 at Carolina. I'll give them 2 bye weeks against Carolina.
Yeah.
I think week 7 is very interesting. Home against the Seahawks.
I want to give them
Geno Smith
an
is
L.
going to play football. I don't hate giving them an L, which I don't hate it.
Falcons.
But the fact that it's a
19th
home game
last year. Just for note, they were 19th last year, so very mediocre, but better than the Lions and the Bengals and the Dolphins. So
in what?
In defense, just overall defense is bad. Yeah. I don't know.
Lockett's still up there in Seattle, right? They're gonna have their two-headed monster back in the backfield and what are their names?
A9. Kenneth Walker.
That was the one I remembered. I was hoping you'd have the other one.
No, but they got K9, they got JSN, they got Metcalf.
Dude, I forgot about JSN. They have Noah Fant too. I mean, he's been really underutilized for the last 4 or 5 years in the league, but I still think he has a chance of being a good player.
I think Seattle can get this game.
I don't disagree.
I'll go.
Yeah. Then they go at Tampa Bay. We already said they would split, so we gave them the loss on the first one. We'll give them the dub here. Versus the Cowboys at home, week 9.
This could be a shocker across the league. I'll say that now. The Falcons, if they're, we've given them 4 losses up to this point. Take away 2 of those losses. Say they beat the Seahawks. Say they beat the Bucks, like they sweep the Bucks. They're X-2 against, and their losses are Philly and Kansas City. They could be feeling themselves against the Cowboys.
Well, we saw the Cardinals last year be like a 4 and whatever team beat the Cowboys in week 5.
It's a very Cowboys thing to do, to lose to a bad football team.
So this is week 9. This is early November. So I just wanted to know, that week 9 happened to fall on a fucking holiday game or some shit.
I'm giving it to the Cowboys though.
I'm gonna give it to the Cowboys, but I also I just think the Cowboys defense is gonna be too good in this one.
I don't disagree with you guys. I just wanted to talk it for a second.
Yeah.
We didn't give the Saints their due when we first talked about it. They were the 6th best defense.
Yeah, their defense is really good. It has been for a while. I said that.
So definitely agree with giving them the split against New Orleans as well. So
they are much better at home, though.
Yes. So for the total, 9.5 is the number. So this team needs to go 10-8 to hit the over. Or, no, 10-7. Sorry, 10-7 to hit the over.
And we're at 6 losses through week 10.
Yeah, but here's where you could kind of say they get their cupcakes.
Oh yeah, the rest of their season's very easy.
They go at Denver with who at quarterback? Bo Nix?
I think Bo Nix, especially by week 10. I don't know when their bye week is, but if Bo Nix doesn't start the season, I'll be surprised.
So Bo Nix in Denver, and I will give you $20 to name their second best receiver.
Cortland Sutton.
They're all gone. That's their first best.
No, well, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. It's a debate.
No,
Jerry
Judy's in Cleveland.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah. So you can't. Go ahead and give that one to Kirko and the boys down there. Calling it now. Younghoe Koo, game-winning field goal in the Mile High Air.
NFL record? Mile High Air?
No, he ain't that good.
No.
And then they get their bye week. And then they go they host the Chargers. So
I think it's a dub. I really do.
I agree. The Chargers are going to be bad this year.
Well, they're going to run the fuck out of the ball, but the Falcons' front seven's very good. They've got a good front seven.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with this. They went rushing yards a game. They gave up 118 rushing yards a game.
That's not a lot.
So, it's not the best by any means, but not horrible. So I'm going to say go ahead and give that one to the Falcons as well. And then they go into Minnesota. So getting lucky, they get to go play in a dome instead of in the cold in Minnesota. I think they get a dub there too.
Agreed.
Like, you got to scheme out Jay Jettis.
I mean, I was maybe JJ McCarthy's on at this point and rolling, and there's a lot of weapons up there.
And they got who'd they get from the Packers? Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Jones is there. Jettas, Addison, Hawkinson should be back from his ACL at that point.
Easily back by that point.
Sure.
It could be tough. I think this one could be a higher scoring game if it's two mediocre defenses.
Yeah, it depends how
they lost Danielle Hunter.
They picked up Turner though. They did pick up Dallas.
Yeah,
Turner.
That's true.
It just all kind of depends on quarterback play for the Vikings.
Wait, time out. Kirko fucking revenge game, guys. How did we not mention that off the top? Holy fuck!
Yeah, sorry, Falcons winning that one by 100.
Oh
Moving
my
forward,
god!
They get the Raiders. Who's playing quarterback? Gardner.
I think Gardner. You can actually bet on it, by the way. You can bet on it.
Gardner or Aiden O'Connell.
Starting quarterback. They like Gardner at -146, Aiden O'Connell +114 for week 1 starter.
Oh, give me
The
Gardner.
odds aren't even good for that at all.
O'Connell was horrible. They better
dude, Gardner looked good as a starter his rookie year in Jacksonville.
I think Devontae runs wild in this game, but
isn't Devontae looking for a trade right now?
No, I thought he said he wanted to stay.
He said he'd stay in Vegas. He just wanted out when Jimmy G was the quarterback because he was saying he was getting ambulance balls, which he might get with Gardner as well. But
I think Gardner throws good balls.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot, but
I'm going to go ahead and give this one to the Falcons as well.
Yeah. So I've been watching a little bit of Hard Knocks.
Okay.
The Giants' defensive line is probably the best defensive line in all of football. Holy shit.
I was going to give him the loss here, so
yeah, I agree. I mean,
Okay.
Brian Burns, not Leonard Williams. Fuck, he left. Who's the other guy?
Shaq Leonard.
They have Thibodeau.
Yeah,
Thibodeau, but they have a D tackle that's also a fucking stud.
Yeah.
So their front four is crazy. And then at Washington, is this their only cold? This is their only cold weather game all year.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, boys.
R.I.P. Kirk's ACL.
So they're at what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
7
right now. I think we're giving them I don't want to give them the loss against Washington, but if they have the division locked here and they're in the playoffs, this could be an L because they won't play anybody.
That's
But
true.
I'm not saying they can't take both off the Saints. I'm not saying they can't take both off the Bucks. I'm not saying they can't beat the Seahawks. It's like there's enough 50-50 games in here, and maybe if they're going to be a good team, they're going to stand up and beat one of these other good teams. Maybe the Eagles are bad this year. They lost the heart and soul of their offensive line.
I think the Falcons winning the division at 9-8 sounds right,
Real.
Which is the under.
9-8 won this division last year.
That's I think 9-8
what it usually is.
9-8 wins it against this year, and I think they go under because we might be giving them too much credit.
Going into this, I didn't want to give them any credit, and you guys talked me into giving them all the credit. I'm going to take over.
I'm going to take the under just because 9-8 sounds like the NFC South's
I
bread
agree.
and butter.
I'm right there.
But so we're different. Me and Clark on the under, Josh on over. But it sounds like Josh is going 10-7 over, not anything more than that.
Yes, correct.
So let's dive into the second favorite, which is the Bucks at plus 310. Over under at 7.5 for the win total. They start the year with the nicest tune-up game of all time, and the Washington Commanders. You get a rookie quarterback right away who has Austin Eckler and Jahan Dotson, Scary Terry, but I think the Bucs defense can hold this down. Telling you week one, this is an under game if I've ever seen it. This is an under game if I've ever seen it.
Yes, it is.
So I'm giving this one to the Bucs. What do you guys think?
Give it to the Bucs.
Yeah, I like the Bucs here.
Then they go into the Lions, and I'm going to give them the L.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Lions are going to be a good football team this year.
Yeah.
Next, they have the Broncos, and I think they're good against the Broncos. Especially
the Broncos are going to be bad.
If it's Bo Nix's third game or whatever.
Don't forget, the Broncos gave up 70 points last year.
That is true. Then they go into the Falcons, which we said they were splitting with the Falcons. So
what do we give?
We gave this one.
Doesn't matter.
Falcons.
We'll just give them a loss.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yep.
Do we think they split with the Saints as well?
I think they have.
This division just screams splits to me.
I think they take the home game against the Saints and lose the away game.
Okay, so we'll give them the loss in week 1, 2, 3, and the loss in week 5. Josh, I see what you're doing here. They go murder.
This is awful, dude. This is so bad. I mean, I mentioned this when we talked their schedule, like briefly. Holy fuck.
That's terrible.
So for the listeners, they host Baltimore, L. They go on the road to the Chiefs, L. They host San Francisco, L. And if that happens,
just so you know, they play all 4 conference championship teams from last year in the first before their fucking bye week.
So just to put it out there, the Bucs are 2-6 going into the bye week. What happens with the Bucs?
Blow everything up. Trade Godwin, trade Evans if his hamstring hasn't gone off the bone yet.
I hope they trade Evans.
Bro,
so, they get the bye week.
K-Dot involved.
They get the bye week. And then they go.
They gotta go in the MetLife, dude.
They get the Giants, which I think they can win. I think
we'll give them one, let them stop the bleeding, but fuck.
Tampa Bay's defense was top 10 last year at number 8. So I think they
Antoine Winfield and somebody else though.
Sean Murphy Bunting, but he might not have been there anymore. He might have been a Titan.
I don't know. They lost their center as well. Their center retired.
Yeah.
I think the Bucs can beat the Giants and end a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
But if the 5-game losing streak does happen, which I think it will, this team might just give up. They might just
lay down and die.
Who are they tanking for? Who are they taking for?
Quinn Ewers.
Fucking Shadur Sanders down there in Tampa, bro.
Dude.
So
Yeah,
I think we
Jameis
give them the
Winston
win.
part too.
I think they give them the win at New York and at Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thankfully it's definitely stopping at Carolina.
Yeah. Then they get the Raiders at home.
Hosting the Raiders, I'll give it to them.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think defensively they somehow corral Devontae and then force them to run the ball. Who do they have at back now with Jacobs gone?
Fucking back Jacobs.
Josh
Jacobs is gone. He's
Oh,
a Packer. I don't even know.
I didn't think about it.
I'm also hearing Brandon Ayuk could possibly be a Raider.
Ayuk is going to be on the move. He's out.
Which sucks because I think he was Brock Purdy's favorite target.
He was the better of the two.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are they going to have? Zamir White, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah.
There's your committee. I mean, it's going to be a committee, dude. Like,
yeah,
the Raiders might win one football game this year, and it'll be at Arrowhead.
I think that the Bucks are able to stop this offense of Aiden or Gardner, Zamir White. Like, you have to shut down Devontae Adams, and if you let Brock Bowers beat you, then so fucking be it.
Don't forget about Michael Mayers.
Shut the fuck up and move on to the next game. They win against the Raiders. They go into.
Sorry. Yeah. I thought you were about to skim past the Chargers.
No, they go into the Chargers stadium. We give them a win here.
See, here's my thing. Knowing Harbaugh, he's gonna run it down their throat, and Devin White's not there anymore.
I don't want to give the Chargers a win now.
I don't want to either. But like
when
we
only given them one loss since the bye week, and we haven't even talked about it yet.
I mean, we did the same fucking thing against the Falcons too. The Falcons had one loss after the bye.
I think they either lose to the Raiders or the Chargers. One of the two.
Way more likely to be the Chargers.
Let's give it the Chargers a win then.
Okay. And then they go into Jerry's world, and we're giving them an L.
You're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Although it would be a Baker game to win.
Yeah, and then they have Carolina, easy dub.
W.
And
the thing is, though, Carolina is going to take one out of the division somewhere.
Yeah, I'll give them one divisional win, but that's it. And that's just because they're play callers, no scheme. Like, you know what I mean? I just have seen these teams so many times. And then we said they're splitting with the Saints. So that gives us how many losses for them? 8. So,
which would take you to the over, and this team doesn't scream over to me at all.
But I like what we did.
That's them. 9-8 again? All right, I can't have them also at 9-8. Give them the loss to the Giants. Fucking extend that losing streak in the middle of the season. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
So you're taking the under?
No, 8-9. They can go 8-9. And hit the over.
I'd go with the over.
Holy fuck.
Like, going through that schedule, I'm fully confident in what we just put on paper. Like, that looks real to me. Like, maybe there's another loss sprinkled in there, but I don't think there's 2 more losses sprinkled in there.
I mean, unless the Panthers steal one off of them. Unless the Saints
I don't see that happening. I don't know. I'm going over though.
If anybody steals both, it's the Falcons.
What if Jaden comes out and fucking rocks on him?
Not week 1.
Just runs for 800 yards week 1.
That's basically what Kyler Murray did.
And you have Akers there too. Or not Akers, fucking
Eckler.
Eckler. You have Eckler out there too.
He'll be a solid back.
Eckler's
we have them at 8-9 right now, and that's after giving them an extra loss we didn't see in the schedule.
I'm going over.
God, I hate this over so much.
I hate it, but I'm gonna do it.
I'll go with you guys, but I hate that.
Oh God, that's horrible.
It
That's
makes no
awful.
sense, but it does.
All right, third favorite, the Saints at
Division's so bad.
plus 380. They got the Panthers week 1.
Dub.
Dubs.
At the Cowboys week 2.
L.
Versus the Eagles week 3.
Dub.
I don't think so. Not
I'm
this
not.
early.
I don't think so either.
Well, y'all better
think-
highlight it then, because I ain't gonna.
I'll highlight that shit. Falcons, we're saying
what-
they split with the Falcons, right?
Yes.
Sounds
Then we had
good
the
to me.
Falcons winning this one.
Okay. So let's say they beat the Falcons week 4, they're 2-2. They go into Arrowhead week 5 and lose.
Yep.
Then week 6 they host the Bucks. We have them splitting with the Bucks. So let's
Fuck, dude.
We gave them
Sorry.
the win there.
brother, can you quit fucking touching the document if all you're gonna do is fuck it up? So
I
let's
fixed
give
it.
thank you. Let's give them an L against the Bucks somewhere, but it doesn't matter where. I
Yep.
put it at week 18. Doesn't matter. Then they get the Broncos, which
What the fuck?
W.
yeah, they're getting a W against the Broncos. Then they go into the Chargers. I think the Chargers have to beat somebody this year, right?
I was about to say
Yeah.
that. I think this could be a Chargers win here.
All right. At the Panthers, W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus the Falcons, let's give them the L here in the split with the Falcons.
Yep.
Browns.
With the toucher.
I don't know.
He'll be healthy at this time, probably. We don't know what he's going to be, but he'll be healthy.
I want to give it to the Saints. I just don't like Deshaun Watson.
I mean, Amari Cooper has to be old at some point in time. I thought he was last year. Fucking Jerry Judy's there now. I've never been a big Jerry Judy guy.
Yeah. Njoku's the tight end who
I like
was
Njoku.
really.
I like
he was-
Njoku.
So here's the thing, though. He was really good last year. When Deshaun Watson was out, as soon as Watson came back, he kind of fell off.
Yeah, that's fair. I still on the side we give this to the Browns.
I don't hate it.
Do it.
All right, giving it to the Browns. Bye week, and then they go. They host the Rams. I think Puka and Stafford and Cooper Kupp all have one more in them. They got one more.
Yeah.
I think the Saints defense at home gets this one. We gotta remember that X factor of their defense.
I gotta give this one to the Rams. I agree with you. The defense is really good, but
I think
I think
the Rams offense is just good, and I might be wrong for
I think
thinking
Stafford's shoulder is no longer attached to his body. Honestly,
you can say that, but he slung that pill last year.
till he didn't.
I'm going the Rams.
Okay, I'm going with the Rams too. Thank you. Then they go into MetLife with the Giants. I'm happy giving the Giants the win here.
How many wins are we gonna give the Giants at MetLife this year against?
I mean, they got the Hard Knocks effect, dude. Give them all of
Yeah, I'm down.
them.
Oh man, we might be giving the Giants way too much credit. They do have Daniel Jones at quarterback.
I don't know. They're
And
just one of those
Saquon
teams.
Barkley. No, I'm out on the Giants. Fuck them. Saints are winning this game. Then they get the Commanders. I think.
W.
Dubs.
Fuck it. Okay. At the Packers, L.
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 Versus the Raiders,
Dub.
Dub.
and then at the Bucks,
The
we gave up
split.
earlier. So that's 1, 2, 3,
That's
4,
8,
5,
10
6,
and
7
8,
losses.
or
Why
9
are
and
we
8.
doing this?
This team's not.
Because this
This
fucking division's so mid, dude.
L. Just give me the under, and I'm not looking
No,
back.
you got guys. If either of these two teams are going under, is it the team that's playing the Lions, the Ravens, and the Niners, or the team that's playing the the fucking Browns, Packers, and Rams? Which one of those teams is going under?
You also left out Eagles, Chiefs, and Cowboys.
But they both have to play those teams. I'm saying the three I named for each are their like division final standings opponents from last year.
I think the Packers are good.
I think the Bucks are way more likely to go under than the Saints are.
See, I think you're wrong strictly off quarterback play. I think Baker is more likely to take the Bucks to go to the over than the Saints are. Who do the Saints have? Oh, they have Olave and Derek Carr and Alvin Kamara, who's good for 7 games.
What a stellar
Can
defense.
you name a
is
tight
the only
end?
thing.
Can you name another wide receiver?
I
Taysom
couldn't.
Hill.
Fuck you. Like,
Listen as a tight end, brother.
I'm good with
I'm
giving
under.
the Saints the under
We
here.
literally have 8 losses. We've only
I don't
highlighted
care.
8, and you guys want to give them the under?
I don't like the
You guys
Saints.
are fucking high, bro.
I like the Bucks more than the Saints.
I
And
did
yet you
too.
guys gave the Bucks an under.
No, we gave the Bucks an over. We
I
gave
gave
the
it over.
Falcons an under. Falcons under, Bucks over, and I'm going Saints under.
All right,
And the
let's go to
last but not least, the Panthers at plus 1,200. Let's see
Under.
oh,
Mr.
it's 17 or 16.
what they are.
Dud.
A 5.5 win team. What'd they win last year? Because they got the number 1 overall draft pick again.
I think they won 3 games.
All right.
3 sounds right.
Saints. Saints L. Chargers.
2-15 last year. 2-15 last year.
Ooh.
Chargers
L.
at home
L.
L.
at Raiders. L.
I'll give them the L.
Who's stopping Devontae? I know we just shit on that offense, but who's stopping Devontae? At Cincinnati or host Cincinnati. L.
Oh.
At Chicago, the Bears get to flex all of their pretty toys that they got off of the Panthers.
L.
Yeah. Then they go against the Falcons. That's going to be a definite L.
Mhm.
Commanders, Josh, you didn't highlight that one. Do you think they get the Commanders?
I'm just trying to find a few wins for them, and the Commanders have a rookie quarterback.
That's
And
the
I
one.
I couldn't name a single player on their defense.
Yeah. That weekend. The next
Payne,
week are the
De'Aaron
two-
Payne, got you one. There you go.
Those two are the next 2 weeks. The 2 weeks I think they could win a game.
Which is
But I
crazy
s-
because they're both road games.
Yeah, but Commanders and Broncos are where they're going to get it if they can.
Yeah, and then so go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
They get the Saints week 9, which I think is an L. The Giants in Germany, they could win that one just because of the travel. That
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is a weird one. Again, I'm out on the Giants, but Josh, you like their defensive line, which it is good.
They're 3 of their front 4 are absolute household name fucking baby killers, dude. Crazy.
Yeah. Bye week, then they get the Chiefs, L, Tampa, L, Eagles, at Philly, L, host Dallas, L, Arizona.
I would let you argue a win for them here, but I don't think so.
I'm giving the win there because I don't think the Cardinals have beaten the Panthers in like the 5 past times they've met.
That's fine.
They have the
I'm
Cardinals'
fine
name.
with that.
And then we're giving them 2 L's week 17 and 18 to the Falcons and Bucks.
I will say this. We've all said they take one in the division. We haven't given them one in the division.
That gives them 5.
I was
And
going to say, if you give them one in the division, that gives them 5. But are you going to look me down the eyes and say there's no way they're going to not lose to Arizona or the Commanders or Vegas? I mean,
or
they're an
Germany,
under.
or the Giants in Germany. They're a hard under, and
Yeah.
their ceiling is 5.
Their ceiling
my-
is 5, 100%.
Yeah.
Unless
If they come out and win
unless
games,
somebody
I
in the
swear.
division is awful.
In my opinion, this line should have been 4.5.
I agree. I don't
agree.
hate that.
All right, that's enough of a horrible, shitty.
Well,
smell.
just to round it out, we're over 9.5 on the Falcons.
We are under 9.5 on the Falcons. We said 9 and 8.
Oh,
said
you
9.
guys said
Yeah.
under. I went
I was
over.
under.
Y'all
I
said
went
under. I said over.
We took the Bucks over
Over.
7.5. Josh took the Bucks. You think under?
I highlighted. I bolded the over, but I don't know if
Okay.
you guys did. I don't know if you guys did that or if I did that. So.
I didn't do that.
I didn't
Okay,
do
I
that.
probably did that, but I did it reluctantly.
We took Clark and I took the Saints under. Josh took
I
the
like
Saints
the over.
and then we all liked the Panthers under.
Panthers under is the lock of the season.
Terrible
So-
odds, probably.
Probably.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you tired of the same old boring shirts? Well, we've got something exciting for you. Introducing the Tavern Sports Pocket Tee, where style meets passion for the game. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just like the environment, Tavern Sports has got you covered, literally. The best part, because you're listening to Show Me the Money, you can use the code $$ to get 15% off today. So what are you waiting for? Head over to tavern-sports.square.site right now and elevate your game day experience. Tavern Sports. Beer, betting, sports.
Let's get into lock of the week here, guys.
Yeah.
Best part of the week, baby. Best
up.
part of the week.
Clark, I think you have the hottest hand out of everybody here.
I did lose last week.
I'm
lose
tied.
last week.
I'm technically tied.
I did lose last week.
Okay.
Dude, I can't remember. Tommy Fleetwood was literally top 20 going into the last round, looking perfect, and he shoots a bogey on the last round to get knocked out of the top 20.
Let's give it to the
Ridiculous.
hottest hand, and that's John. He's
John is
taking
the hottest hand.
he's taking Amanda Lemos, the main event underdog at plus 102 for his lock of the week. That's just straight money line.
All right.
So go ahead, guys who are higher in the standings. Y'all can bicker it out. Who's going?
I don't know who I'm going with yet. So
I have my pick. I think we've watched Paul Skenes win 4 games in a row. I think it ends when he goes to play the Phillies here. I'm taking the Phillies minus 1.5, and that is plus 114 right now.
Okay.
I would have taken a money line, but it was like minus 145, so it wasn't in the parameters.
Tyler, if you know where you want to go ahead, dude.
I'm going to go ahead and take UFC again with John here. I'm taking Bruno Silva at minus 105.
I low-key feel like those UFC bets are kind of good for lock of the week.
It's the tough card to do it on.
I'm trying to find a guy in golf that I actually like that fits the fucking parameters.
Clark,
How
who'd
many
you go with? Pirates, Dub?
No, I went with the Phillies minus 1.5, plus 114.
When's that getting played tomorrow?
Yeah, Friday tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Okay, leader in the clubhouse, and then over the next 3 days, he would have to drop 6 shots, and then he's still above 20. So give me the leader in the clubhouse. Give me Daniel Brown, top 20, including ties, minus 140. There's no way that hits.
I love the confidence. I
don't know who the fucking guy is.
I've never heard of him.
All right, guys, we gave you the locks. Remember, if you go ahead and hit that fucking plus 3,300 1/4 unit, half unit, don't be ridiculous. Either way, we'll see you at the window when it hits, boys.
Show me the money!